Cher's son blasts misguided conservatorship petition, claims she doesn't manage her own finances. Cher's son, Elijah Blue Allman, is over his mother's attempts to appoint a temporary conservator to manage his estate. In a new court declaration obtained by the blast, Elijah stated that although his mother had no ill intentions, her reasons for wanting to place him under a conservatorship were misguided. Cher's request for a conservatorship has already been denied twice. Cher's son objects to her appointment as a conservator of his estate. According to new court documents, Elijah is once again objecting to his mother's attempts to be appointed conservator of his estate, stating that her reasons are misguided. Elijah stated in the filing that he does not need the court's protection, and if the need for protection ever arose, his mother would not be the appropriate conservator as he is a married man, making Cher unfit to serve. The 47-year-old then explained how he has been able to manage his finances and career by himself since his mother filed the petition in December last year. Elijah noted that he has had his bills paid, retained an accounting firm to help pay his taxes, and released new music with his band, Dead Sea. I am and have been capable of managing my own financial resources and resisting fraud and undue influence. I do not need a conservatorship, Elijah said. He added, "Given that several months have passed since this matter has been filed, and I've been able to manage my finances appropriately, it seems that the concerns raised in the pleadings filed by Cher, even if true, do not rise to the level necessary to curtail my civil rights and liberty with a conservatorship." Elijah Blue admits to struggling with addiction, but says he is not mentally ill. In the court filing, Elijah went on to talk about his mother's worries regarding his mental health and drug addiction. Cher had, in a previous filing, claimed that Elijah was unable to care for himself due to his mental health issues. She also alleged that her son would immediately spend all his money on drugs if allowed to continue without a conservator. Addressing his mother's concerns, Elijah stated, "My mother's petition raises dual concerns that I suffer from some mental illness and that I live hand-to-mouth using my trust distributions to buy drugs and place myself in mortal danger." He added, "As I have mentioned in previous pleadings, I have struggled with addiction, but I am not mentally ill. The absence of evidence of the concerns related to cyclical mental illness addiction raised in the petition over the last 4 months is evidence that I have control over my faculties and that I am not mentally ill." Elijah Blue Allman says Cher is misguided. Cher's son noted in the court filing that his mother's intentions were not nefarious and that she is too wealthy to have any interest in the comparatively small sums he receives from his late father, Greg Allman's trust. However, he called the Believe singer misguided. Elijah said, "I know that my mother's actions are meant to help me, but I do not need this help. My mother seems to believe that controlling these quarterly trust distributions will prevent me from engaging in self-destructive behaviors. She is misguided," he added. "In the event that I am inclined to engage in self-destructive behaviors, I do not need my trust distributions to do so. The world is full of addicts and mentally ill persons who do not have a trust distribution from which to draw. The only person who can save me from my demons is me, and I'm doing just that." Elijah Blue Allman says his mother is not entitled to be his conservator. In the court declaration, Elijah stated that if a person were ever to be appointed conservator of his estate, his wife, Mary Angela King, would be prioritized over his mother, as there is an order of preference under California law. When Cher initially filed for conservatorship in 2023, Elijah and King were in the process of getting divorced. However, a court dismissed their petition without prejudice. When my mother filed the petition in December of 2023, my wife and I were parties to a dissolution of marriage action. That action has since been dismissed, and my wife and I have reconciled," Elijah said. He added, "My understanding, therefore, is that Cher is no longer entitled to priority." Cher's son claims she is not capable of making good decisions for his estate. Elijah further wrote in the court declaration that he and his mother have a strained relationship. He cited an example of their strained relationship, writing that on October 17, 2023, she made plans for him to go to Mexico for holistic alternative therapy. However, on getting there, he was faced with a different reality. Elijah alleged that his mother's personal assistant, with whom he has negative associations, manages her finances. He worries she would be in charge of his estate if his mother, Cher, were ever appointed conservator. He added, "Further, my mother is 77 years old and will be 78 when this matter is heard. I have seen her suffer with depression in the past, and I do not believe that she is capable of making appropriate decisions for my estate."